Wine is essentially made in 5 easy steps. Number 1, picking the grapes. Number 2, crushing the grapes and pressing the juice out. Number 3, fermentation. Number 4, maturation in tanks or barrels. And number 5, bottling and corking. Wine is essentially made in a 5-step process that is much simpler to discuss than it is to actually perform. The first step is picking the grapes. Picking is usually done by hand with a pair of trimming shears, and depending on the region of the world, this can occur at different times of the day and in different times of the year. For example, in Napa Valley, grapes are usually harvested from August through the first 2 weeks of October. They're picked very early in the morning when it's still dark outside in order to avoid working in hot temperatures in the late afternoon. After the grapes are collected, they're placed in a large container and crushed, or they're simply placed directly into a container that crushes them and presses the juice out. The grape juice is then stored in large containers and yeast is added. Yeast is a single-cell organism and naturally performs a chemical process called fermentation, that is, converting sugar into alcohol. This process takes approximately 3 weeks for a white wine and 10 days for a red wine. During that time, the alcohol level is measured regularly for a goal alcohol level of around 12% for a white wine and 13 to 15% for a red wine. However, this varies significantly and will be discussed in later videos. Next, the wine is drained into either large steel containers, cement egg-shaped containers, or wooden barrels, usually French oak, and it is stored for several months, approximately 10 months for a white wine and around 20 months for a red wine. It is during that time that the wine is maturing. During maturation, the acidity, color, and oxidation are changing, making the wine much more complex in flavor. When the appropriate amount of time has passed, that is, maturation is complete, as determined by the winemaker, the wine is then bottled, labeled, and ready to be sold. While this was a large overview, every winemaker inserts their own method, style, and approach, which makes for such a wide array of quality and taste.